What's up, it's Marco, Sage of Soccer, and World Cup Group C just ended, and Argentina and Poland are through. Mexico, they had a very good chance to win at the end, didn't end up happening, and Saudi Arabia got a goal. Poland were able to hold out and only let in two, and just a crazy situation. I was watching the Argentina-Poland game, but it probably was the wrong choice. Argentina just dominated that game. It took them until the second half to get through. They did have a penalty, which I'm not too sure if that was a penalty, but Chesney saved Messi's penalty anyway. But so it didn't end up mattering. I think that Messi had he wasn't like good for Messi, but it was still like a good performance. He was making a lot of chances. I think Alvarez was looking really good. He was making a lot of efforts, like even before his goal. But then after he scored, it just cemented it. Really good game there. McAllister scored off of a Molina cross. McAllister had a good game. He should have really been starting from the beginning. He fills in for Lo Celso pretty well. And both the fullback, or all three fullbacks, I should say, are doing well. Even Tagliafico when he came on. And honestly, Argentina were just dominating this whole game. Like, everything was looking good. DePaul was playing well. Hernandez was playing well. The center backs and goalkeepers weren't tested enough. Like, just a solid all-around performance by Argentina. Poland, they were just defending the whole game. They weren't even trying to win, which, I don't know. It ended up working out for them, but I really don't like how they're playing. Hopefully France smokes them, because I don't like it when teams get through like this. Just a really defensive game. They've got some talent in their squad, too. They just didn't even try to win. So that was disappointing, but hey, Poland are through. Happy to get to see Lewandowski play some more. Zielinski, they've got a good amount of talent. Like Chesney, he definitely deserved to go through. Like Gillick, got some good players there, even if some of them are past their prime. But I'm happy for them, but just disappointing for Poland. For Mexico, too little, too late. They gave it their best shot. Again, I wasn't watching this game, but they were second best against Poland when they played. They were beaten pretty soundly by Argentina as well. So I don't feel bad about them missing out. I feel a little bit bad that Poland made it through with their tactics, but Mexico themselves, I think this is one of the worst Mexico teams in the last few years, and, well, I guess the curse is broken. Not the way you wanted it to happen, but, didn't go out in the round of 16 this time, so that's something. I think their goal scoring was the major issue. Didn't have anybody who could put the ball in the back of the net. Maybe if Tata Martino brings a Chicharito, does do things look better? Maybe, I'm not sure. I think talent development is going down a bit in Mexico. They just haven't been able to integrate players in the first team, get players going abroad to Europe. So, things might be going downhill for them. We'll have to see. I mean, right now their best prospect's a Canadian dude in Marcelo Flores. It's not looking great for them. But they're going to be hosting the next World Cup. Even if things aren't going great right now, there's going to be a huge culture supporting them. And I'm not too concerned about Mexico, but they might start to fall behind even a Canada and a USA in the CONCACAF pecking order. But something to keep your eye on. With Saudi Arabia, I think they definitely overachieved. That win against Argentina is probably going down in history. I still don't know how that happened, how they came back from a goal down to beat, a team that many people consider the favorites for the World Cup, who proved that they can still be the favorites with their performance today. But, yeah, great job there, but, there's just a talent gap. I think that they needed a lot of luck to get further than they did. But I think it was a great campaign for them. Players did a good job. I think a lot of these guys are in their prime, and Saudi Arabia's you're not expecting many great players to come from there. I don't think they had anybody who was playing abroad. Barely anybody who even went abroad. So, it's just a fun story. Maybe they'll have a 94 run in a couple of years, but I'm not sure if they'll be back. But yeah, that's it for the group. Good for Argentina to get through. I'm happy with Poland, just talent getting through, but man, that game was hard to watch. For predictions for the knockout round, I mean, we can't say too much. The groups have just been decided, but I can't see Poland beating France if they play like anything like that. I mean, you have a chance. France aren't at their best. Obviously, they're dealing with a ton of injuries. And they went out to Switzerland at the last Euro, so they're not like an unbeatable side. And you've got Lewandowski, you've got Chesney, who's the better goalie in that game compared to Lloris. So there's definitely a chance for Poland, but France is definitely the favorite. For Argentina, it's like, well, you screwed up against Saudi Arabia. You could screw up against Argentina. They're obviously the massive favorites, but Argentina are going to have to take that game very seriously. And man, honestly, that Saudi Arabia loss might end up being a blessing in disguise, because I see a world where they crush Saudi Arabia, they have 9 points, they go into that Australia game extremely confident, and they play like they did against Saudi Arabia. So I think they'll take this game more seriously, so it might end up being a positive that they lost, but we'll have to see. But Argentina should get through relatively easily. I think Poland goes out. Argentina, we haven't seen too much. They're going to be facing the winner of the Netherlands and the United States. I think they match up well against both teams. We saw them crush the United States last time they played, and they've gotten the better of the Netherlands at the 2014 World Cup. Things have obviously changed since then, but I think that they're probably the favorite no matter who gets through, and they have a very good path to the semifinal, where I think they're still likely to face Brazil. I'm still holding out hope that game happens, unless the United States goes on a huge run, which, hey, that'd be awesome, but I'd love to see Argentina play Brazil, both those teams at their best. And yeah, that's it for the group. Argentina, Poland, great job getting through. Mexico, probably underachieved a bit. Saudi Arabia overachieved despite going out. And yeah, so I'll talk about. See you.